Hey dolls, it's Daphne T, and I'm doing this video with my nephew. We just got in from seeing the egg donor coordinator, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what went down. So basically we went into the city, and I spoke with the coordinator and the person who runs the program, and she basically told us the difference between their agency and a regular. Why are you making all that noise? You gotta leave the video if you're gonna make all that noise. Anywho's. So. Hey IVF and Egg Donor Divas. I made a video earlier because today was my scheduled appointment to meet the egg donor lawyer and coordinator. And that video will be in a bloopers video because it's so much distraction, and I don't like making videos where you're focusing on more than one thing. And I had my nephew, since I was babysitting him today, and he was just all over the place. He's sleeping right now, so I just figured why not update you guys while he's asleep. So I went in, my appointment was at 1. Due to, Manhattan traffic and things of that nature, I didn't get there till 1:20. And so we had a speed rush, sit down. I was explained the compensation. I was explained how the whole process works. And also, I did not know this, but even though they accepted me as far as with, the information I verified and gave them, there is still a possibility that I could be disqualified based on the scarring of my tubes. So that is something that they told me to, be mindful of, but to also, be aware of it. So we'll see what happens. Right now I'm basically in the process of finishing. The last thing that I need to do before, they put me on the database is for me to sign a consent form. And a consent form is basically the information about, your gynecology history. If you've had, abnormal pap smears or anything like that, sexually transmitted diseases, anything that has been treated or seen by a gynecologist, they want information on. They also want to know, cervicals, your cervix, anything that is done to you, they want to know. And based on that, you can be disqualified also. So it's a real process, and it's a lot of things. So I would honestly, if you do decide to do this, I would, basically, find out everything that you need to know before committing yourself. Because once you do submit paperwork and, you submit the last information before meeting the coordinators, the lawyers, and everybody, you would hate to be in that position where you're excited to do this because you have the opportunity to, help someone as well as yourself. And then, way down the line, they say, okay, you're disqualified. You don't meet the criteria. So I feel 100% comfortable with the decision to start the process of doing so, because not only am I helping someone, I'm helping myself at the same time. And, the people I'm dealing with, which are the Stork Lawyer Connection, which is like just a person started this organization. The person who did actually, decide to do this was based on her own experience with, her infertility, and she was not comfortable with the way that egg donors were being treated, so she started this organization, which basically is to, put more of, if any issues arise with the egg donor, to be on the egg donor side versus the potential parents. And not saying that there's anything wrong with some of the clinics, but if God forbid a situation does occur and you're dealing with the clinic, their first priority is usually the parents. So she felt that God forbid anything would happen, that her main concern would be the egg donor, and that's what I love about this place. I also like that they sit down and they tell you everything step by step, how the procedure works. If you decide, let's say you want to cycle for someone out of the state, everything is compensated. They pay for everything. And what I did like is she told me that, the minimum for them to, compensate you for doing it is anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000. But depending on, how many times you do cycle and how many times, within the cycle that, a pregnancy occurs, is when you can demand. She told me that one of the persons that she dealt with did a total of 4 cycles, because it's a law that you can only do 6 within your lifetime. She did 4 cycles, and each cycle resulted in twin pregnancies. So after the second cycle resulted in, you know, pregnancy of twins, she demanded for more money, and she was able to get that because her success rate was high. What I want to do is I plan to do a total of 2 to 3 cycles. I say 2 to 3, but, you know, most likely with the first one I will do my first, you know, IVF, and if it does go all well, I won't probably do it again. The reason why I say this is because I enjoy the idea of helping, you know, another couple with their struggles and, you know, their journey of becoming a parent. But, you know, when she sat down and explained logistics and how, you know, the case with the, I think there's a case that's going on now with the sperm donor who has 120 plus children. And, you know, with that many children out and you're donating, you never know if your own children, you know, you got to think, you know, it sounds crazy what I'm going to say, but you never know if your own children may, you know, be in a relationship with, you know, the donor's children, you know, like if your children end up being with, you know, a child of someone else, but is really yours genetically, biologically, because you donated eggs or you donated sperm. I wouldn't want that situation to happen, so I just decided most likely 2 to 3, but depending on, you know, the cycle. When I spoke to the coordinator, she told me that, you know, wanted to know what would be, you know, the number that I would feel comfortable, because she wants to ensure that I'm able to, you know, start my own journey and not have to worry about it. So I probably will do 2 or 3. My husband wants me to do 1 or 2, but 2 or 3 is my maximum, and then I will gracefully bow out. With this company, the thing that I do like is they're hands-on with you. So if you have an issue, a problem, you can email them, speak to them 24/7, and they have no problem answering or emailing you back. I also liked how they're able to prepare, you know, a potential donor package, which is like a little booklet that has, you know, your picture in it. Then it has your prospective parent letter that they put in there. Then it has pictures from your childhood, teenage years to present time. And I like that the donor has, you know, an opportunity to sell themselves and, you know, basically give more information other than, you know, I'm African American, I'm 5'3", 135 pounds. There's more to it. Also, what I like is they give you the option if you decide, if you want to, let's say, donate to a lesbian couple, if you want to have, you know, when the child is of age to make, you know, decisions on their own, if you want the child to, you know, meet you or anything like that. I like how they give you the repertoire and the relationship if you choose to, and that's what's something that I really like. So they will be sending me the consent form in the mail, and I should be getting it by next week. Once I send the consent form, they will, you know, get the medical records that they need, and then from there they will put me in the database. And they told me my chances of, you know, cycling may be sooner than others because it's a high demand for African American females who are college educated, and a lot of African American females are not coming forward to do this. So if I do have a subscriber who's, you know, African American descent and is thinking about doing this, you know, just give me, you know, an email, message me. You can email me at afriniquet@yahoo.com. I answer that immediately. I get, you know, the answering on my phone, or you can just send me a private message on my channel, and I will be sure to get back to you if you have any questions on, you know, the decision of me doing this. I know a lot of people are probably, you know, have their opinion and, you know, whatever. But this is my decision, my husband and my decision, and this is just our way of ensuring that we are able to start our own. You know, a lot of things have come in between our chances of becoming, you know, parents, me having the blocked fallopian tube, my husband being older. A lot of things, just bumps in the road, just keep hindering our chances of doing so. So this is our way of enabling to, you know, get the maximum cycles we can get, and then helping somebody else at the same time. So I can't see how anybody can have an opinion on that, but to me that's the best gift I can give, receiving, you know, a gift from myself as well as helping somebody else. So I'm really excited to start this journey. I'm hoping that I start by next year, and hopefully with starting next year I will be able to, you know, start the cycle. If I do decide to, you know, do my IVF next year, it will be the middle of the year when I'm no longer in school. I have just 2 semesters, and I do receive my associate's degree in early childhood special development. After I do receive that degree, I plan to go to another school, maybe Queens College. My dream school is to go to NYU, but the tuition is out of this world. I was hoping to get a scholarship pending if I continue to be on the Dean's List 3 semesters consecutively, which I don't see a problem, but this semester, I'm not going to lie, is really hard for me. But if I am enabled to do that, I will be able to get the scholarship to NYU and hopefully, you know, continue with my studies. I do want to be certified for, you know, being an American Sign Language teacher or interpreter, because that is one of my loves that I found out that I do enjoy about last semester. So I'm hoping to get that done, but that's another topic. I'll get on that eventually, make a video about it. So that's about it for now. I'm just basically hoping and praying I don't become disqualified. And the reason why they gave me for this is just, you know, the severity of the scarring. I was told that my scarring wasn't, you know, the worst. I was told that everything as far as my, you know, female reproductive organs were working perfectly fine. My ovarians were fine. You know, my cervix was fine. My uterus was fine. So I'm hoping that that doesn't qualify. I did tell them that when I did go get that check, they told me everything looked fine. So we'll see. That's all for now. I don't want to drag this video on, and you know, it's getting pretty late. Right now it's 12:23, so I had to wait till my nephew fell asleep to do this video, and I'm excited. Hopefully I'll have another update for you guys pretty soon. Once I sign the consent, they get the, you know, medical records, I'll be able to know for sure if I will be cycling and be doing this egg donor journey. If I do get disqualified, I will make one more video telling you guys the results, and that will be the last that you'll hear about my egg donor journey. And pretty much I will be back on, you know, have to start from scratch to start my own IVF cycle, and hopefully I can come up with the funds to do so. But yeah, for now, that's about it. I know I keep saying that, but that's it for now. So I'll talk to you divas later. Remember, any questions, comments, or anything, leave it here, and I will get back to you. Bye. When I spoke to them, I found out that the difference between them and his regular agency is they work primarily with different clinics, but their main concern is with the egg donor versus with the potential parents. So meaning that if, you know, a complication or anything should arise, their loyalty would lie with the egg donor. So that was the difference between them. So I agreed to starting the whole process. So the next step after this is just getting the release forms for my medical history. And once I get the release forms filled out and the medical history is presented, I will be able to start the cycle. And the good thing that I learned is African American egg donors are in high demand. So my chances of being called quicker are greater than, you know, another ethnicity. So that's a good thing. So if any of you subbies are interested in doing the same thing and you're African American, you know, ethnicity, I would suggest going to get it done because, like I said, they're in high demand. So basically, we spoke on price ranges. Okay, he gotta go. Bye-bye, Josiah. So we spoke on pricing and what is my fee. And she said basically that the fee starts anywhere from 7 to 8. So I basically agreed for 8. And I did this because she says that if I decide to continue, I can up my, you know, fee once I have a successful, you know, a successful pregnancy for, you know, the intended parents. So once that's considered, you can, you know, up your fee to a minimum of, a maximum actually of 10. She said that other donors have done this and without any problem have, you know, guaranteed